Hi, Weather Joey here with your bottom of the South Island weather recap and forecast we're still in March, so it's Sunday, March 26, 2023, and while I'm kind of lightly dressed, I'm still chilly because it's still quite wintry. We've had a very cool March, relatively dry, but only a few little signs of spring that we had mentioned before. So yeah, we'll get into a little bit more. It looks like there's a few more signs of spring to come. That's for you guys out there. Some more blossoms coming up, but it's still a slow start. Anyway, before we get into all of that, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank and acknowledge, as always, the First Peoples, the First Nations of this land, from North Saanich out to Sooke and beyond, for allowing us to live, work, and play on their beautiful traditional territories season after season, year after year, which is just a short time of the immense, immeasurable time that their people have been here. So thank you once again. Let's look into our forecast. So actually, let's look back at the last forecast. And really everything was kind of going to plan right up till Thursday. We saw low pressure, as we mentioned, Thursday the 23rd. Low pressure move in from the Aleutians. Quite cool low pressure. Intensifying up in the upper Gulf of Alaska. That sent a front through on, it was Thursday that came through. Not a ton of it, because it was so far away, not a ton of rain. A few showers here and there, but still quite cold. We saw snow in the higher elevations and plenty of flurries around there, so still quite cold. Now, the difference came as we got into Friday and Saturday. We thought this low would sort of stick around here more, but really what it did, crossed over into northern BC, and as it did, it brought the flow out of the northwest more for Friday and into yesterday, Saturday, and that saw a fairly showery flow across the coast, lots of convection, mixing that with a little bit of heat. So we saw mostly cloudy with showers, snow flurries, things like that for the coast. So still quite cool. And that took us through yesterday and Friday and Saturday, the 24th and 25th. Today we saw remnants of that. That low had moved on and really it kind of come down into more of a northerly flow. So remnants of clouds still sticking around. Nothing really like drying air out, but not many showers around today. We saw a few here and there, so you may see some on the records. This northerly flow looks like it's going to be bringing down, it is bringing down a new low pressure that's forming here. And this is going to shoot down and aim towards off the Oregon coast. Now, it's going to go by tonight, and as it does, it's going to maintain these showers into this evening likely, and maybe into overnight hours, but this low is really heading down. This is where it wants to be, and this is where it's really going to intense as we see another low come in. They're going to mix together this warm and cold air and just create a bit of a doozy here. So we won't have records for it unless you have access to it. But that's really going to cause for Tuesday and Wednesday a lot of wind, rain, maybe some snow in the hills of Oregon and Northern California. And later on in the week, as it heads down Wednesday, Thursday, causing rain down in Southern California. So they're having a little bit of a doozy. Meanwhile, up here, we bask in the sunshine of spring. So back to this low as it goes by tomorrow or tonight and tomorrow. It's going to draw, as it comes around, it's going to draw some drier air in from the northeast. And in the meantime, we've got high pressure building up and over into northern BC, and that's going to help fuel that dry air coming across. Now, normally this would be kind of like an Arctic cold air mass. We've got a little bit more warmth coming in because we've got sun power. So it's that mixing time where we're kind of cool overnight, coolish cold overnight, warming temperatures. Anyway, we're looking at sun for Monday, for Tuesday, for Wednesday, and really quite nice early spring weather, let's call it early spring weather Those winds will be up pretty good into later Monday and into Tuesday, backing off as this whole sort of thing, and this kind of bulge up here mellows out and we get more of a north-northwest flow by Wednesday. So, meanwhile, they're having havoc down there. We're still sunny for Wednesday, which is the 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. 29th. It's by Thursday. So Wednesday, looks like this will be more of a northwest flow coming across, enough to pull up some moisture that looks like it'll condense or sort of get saturated overnight. So we're expecting for Thursday the 30th, marine flow, fog, sort of drizzly fog, nothing, no major front or anything, but drizzly sort of fog and cool for that Thursday the 30th. Now, as we get towards the weekend, we've got another low pressure heading into, from the Aleutians, heading into the upper Gulf of Alaska, and it looks like that high pressure will move on, and we'll get this low sending another front in from, let me just double check, because yes, I see. Another low moving into the upper Gulf of Alaska from the Aleutians, threatens bringing another cool, showery, late weather weekend. Yes. So yeah, this low looks like it's going to come down. It's going to send that front through on the Friday the 31st, I think it is. Friday the 31st. And then along with it, it looks like it'll come down and trough around the coast through that weekend of the 1st and 2nd. So still lots of cool weather into the crossover from March and into April. We do see a bit of signs of spring earlier in the week for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But again, it's back to this sort of wintry northwest blow, cool troughing around here. And then on into early April, it looks like we're in for some more storm activity from this direction. So a slow transition from winter to spring for you out there. But just keep on bringing the rain, because we need to build up that snowpack, because we've been a little bit dry down here. So that's always a good thing, and we can wait for some good weather, can't we? Anyway, hope this helps out. Hope you guys are doing well in the future and thinking of each other and treating each other well. And because we're trying to down here, at least some of us are. But all of us are treating each other nicely. Anyway, you probably reading about that in the future. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, hope this helps out. And as always, may the forecast be with you.